Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda again, and this is my podcast as well as face. Well, it's my podcast and YouTube channel, so I'm not doing this live. Typically, when I do my topic for the day, if I remember, I don't record them live. Okay. So I'd like to start off by saying again that this uh podcast and YouTube channel is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. So today is Sunday. Again, it is May the 26th. I've been promising speaking about this particular topic for the last 2 weeks. So we're gonna get into it. Um, the title of the topic is Cursed Thoughts, Clones, and Alter Egos. Okay. All right. So basically, what does that mean? Well, God revealed to me that, um, you know, by me thinking in parallels, that the universe works in parallels, and me, wanting to be a psychologist with an emphasis on the paranormal, and that how one thing would title over to something else. And when you're conditioned to think a certain way, you will not catch it until you have already been at under the knife or under the guillotine, if that makes any sense to anybody. Cursed thoughts is such as that. It showed me that um, certain ailments and diseases and diagnoses come by way of how one feels. It's to tell on action and what is being done. That's what it lets me know. And you have the energies out here in different spiritual related job fields, spiritual duties that can help to facilitate these things. If one thinks that one is da 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 da, then I would do things that would curse your thought as such. It also led me to know that when the powers that may be have done some um, forgivable things and sins in the past, that a lot of these so-called um, diagnoses and ailments and as such will come to facilitate cursed thoughts, memory lapses, um, memory problems, pain and suffering, when the powers that may be feels as though that they will be judged. It also led me on to know, being that I have the background in healthcare, that um, everybody don't go to jail, as we know in this time in existence, where you in a holding cell and whatnot for a number of years. That some people go to quote hell, and what does that mean? This is it on this earth. Um, pain and suffering, um, living in agony, living in um, dismay and despair is hell, if that makes sense to anybody, and that the powers that may be will come together to facilitate these things by way of our thoughts, cursed thoughts, to elaborate your history, your thoughts, things that happen in family history, things that happen in with you culturally. And this was being facilitated by certain energies and spirits as we know them to be government entities. Okay. Also, we're going to get into clones. So, clone, it showed me, is when a person has been put to a test or has been experimented on, kind of like a test subject or crash test dummy. Also, like an alien, where we see the aliens, where they say the aliens experiment on us, turn it around, as they have been used as a spectacle, and that person has received a spiritual renewing. That means that person is another alter. You see the person, but the person is a different person. And God showed me that it's spiritual. You'll begin to see that they begin to, when the person has been put in such harsh, traumatic um, conditions and circumstances, that it would kill off the spirit of the individual, and they will have a what is referred to as a spiritual renewing. That's what a clone is. It's the person, but they have um, been through some things that it facilitate a spiritual renewing, a different person. Alter is meaning alter ego. What it revealed to me is when a person, and I'm not going to have this podcast too long, maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most. Um, alter ego is when a person has been put to through severe traumatic um coercion and what have you, to where they break and they become something totally different. You're It's more soul driven, if that makes any sense. And what that means is the person may take on a different, it has become demonic, if that makes sense, a dark energy. It begins to tap into energies and understanding. Apart from this understanding, that's not to say that we as people don't have hypothetic or higher thinking and sensibility. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they begin to see things. Excuse me while I adjust my wig. It does hurt my head at times. So um what I'm saying is the ability to know things that the person has not been formally trained to know. I know somebody can say, well, maybe they went and read it, or maybe somebody spoke it on a TV screen. Exactly. That could be it as well. But that I'm telling you, it's a download of information, hypothetic. I mean, the brain doesn't turn off. That's what it lets me know, because they're being visited by spirits. They're being visited by God on the dark side. And when you are curious or what have you, you begin to want to take a bite of a certain type of fruit, but then you would have to pay for the bitterness that it causes to your tongue, if that makes any sense to you. Um, you'll begin to understand correlation. You'll begin to see things in twos, contrast, parallel universe, and this is what this is. This is it. Um, so cursed thoughts, clones, and alter egos are facilitated by different spiritual duties and spirit related job fields. That is the truth. I am not crazy. That's the first thing these spirits would like to say, is that you're crazy, you're mentally disturbed. I'm going to tell you what, quote, crazy or mental illness is. It's the battle for the mind to get you to believe and accept something that is not true. I'm going to tell you something. I'll be 45 years old uh, at the end of this week. I have been around and I've been groomed and I've been shown some things. You have things that are contained to this tangible logic, reasoning society, and then you have what is called a genre of spiritual knowledge and know-how. I didn't ask for it. It just is. So I'm compelled to speak on this topic. I hope I'm not leaving too much of anything out. And because I feel been groomed for this. I didn't ask for it. I've been groomed for it. I'm able to detect when someone has been put under scrutiny and severe harshness and torture, to where it's a different individual and they do things that are contrast to what they normal character is. So we have moved from clone, which is a spiritual renewing. We have moved to alter ego. And this is what I feel happens similar to, the spiritual duty of being in war, like a prisoner of war, or those in call for duty. I think those are spirits. That means they're a representation of certain population groups who are such as that, such as women during harsh childbirth, particularly if they're younger than 20 years of age. You're going to do it whether you want to or not. And this is what RAP, missing a number, missing a letter, I'm sorry, comes from. That's what it let me know. This is what that means. Somebody who has been perpetuated to do it, you're going to do it whether you want to or not. And it has been facilitated by energies and spirits who do not care. Empathy is not in them. It has been deprogrammed. Has been deprogrammed to be reprogrammed. Okay. So I am not going to be on here too long. So what do I feel? I mentioned before in a previous podcast episode. I can't remember exactly which one. Could have been spiritual renewing, where I said that I think a certain um, entertainment industry or industry was such as that. Some people may refer to them as imposter syndrome or what have you, but I think it's to ameliorate some unforeseen things that transpire in your family history, some things that you know, some secrets that you hold, and they trying to get you to uh, cloud your memory and thought processes and put you around all these different energies so you can forget about it. That's what I feel. Because some horrible things have happened in your past. That's what I feel. Okay. So I am going to conclude this episode. Um, Topic for today, spiritual sense, speaking about cursed thoughts, clones, and alter egos. I do believe that he exists, and I'm going to tell you many presidents, many people who are on TV, many people that have been put up are such as that. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay? So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or a topic for a future show, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.